Welcome to day 3. I am Wendy Porter, the soul and sass behind Crown for Success, and we're the fastest growing network for soulful CEOs on Instagram. So welcome to day 3 of my 3-part training video series. I hope that you've enjoyed it this far. Please stay tuned because I do have an in-depth webinar coming up very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Over the last few days, or maybe the last 7 to 10 days, we've been talking about how to use 7 powerful strategies to get your next 5 paying clients using Instagram. I've talked about how important it is to use Instagram and how it's my #1 way of generating my income in my coaching business, and how it can be used for any service-based business. So we're going to go over a few more strategies today. Day 1, we went over 1. Yesterday, we went over 3. Today, we're going to go over 3 more. I do have a lot to cover again today, so I'm going to be looking down at my notes just to make sure I do get everything correct and make sure I get everything that I need to go over. So day 1, we talked about the importance and why it's even important to use Instagram and why you should be on this platform. And we also talked about talking to your ideal clients through your bio, captions, and your pictures, and through your entire brand, really. Day 2, we talked about where you can use links for your freebies on Instagram. We talked about using a strong call to action. And then we also talked about the strategy of using shout out for shout outs. Today, we're going to go over hashtags and why they're important to use. We'll also be talking about contests and giveaways and how that can super boost your following as well. And we're also going to be going over Instagram features and all the different ways that you can use Instagram features to your benefit to get more engaged with your ideal clients, get more followers, and start turning those followers into buyers. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's talk about hashtags first. So here is, it's kind of, I would say that this is kind of being taught from people from all over the place. Different Instagram gurus have their own preference of using hashtags. My preference, because I do complete organic growth, is to use all 30 hashtags that are allotted by Instagram. It cannot possibly hurt you to use all 30. And because you are growing your Instagram organically and not using any bots or agencies to do that, it's important that we're using every single feature of Instagram to boost our following. So use all 30 hashtags. You do not have to use them in the caption. They work just as effectively in the first comment. And I know that this is, a lot of people go back and forth on this. Some say use it in the caption. No, don't use it in the caption. Use it in the comments. So just trust me, I've been doing Instagram for the last 2.5 years. I've built a $500,000 business using Instagram. It is not going to hurt you or hurt your posts to use all 30 hashtags in the first comment after you post. No need to put it in the caption. So you can comment with those 30 hashtags. So how do we find which hashtags to use? So Instagram actually makes it very easy now for us to find the hashtags to use. And in the features section, I'm going to walk you through the visual of Instagram. So we're going to actually walk through the process, and I'm going to share the screen with you so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But I'll kind of verbalize it right now until you get on to that portion of the video later. So with hashtags, you can do a search function on Instagram, and you just need to figure out if your ideal client was Googling you, what words would they use to find you? So what words would they Google to find a business coach or a lifestyle coach or a mindset coach or a yoga instructor or a business consultant or a sales consultant or a virtual assistant or an author or a speaker? What keywords would they use to Google to find your niche? And that's where you want to start with your hashtags. So write down those keywords, and then what I want you to do is go to the search function on Instagram. It's the little function that looks like a magnifying glass. And you want to click on that. And then at the very top under the search function, you're going to put in hashtag and whatever words that you came up with. So maybe you came up with business coach. So hashtag business coach. When you do that and you go to search that, Instagram will give you a bunch of other keywords going across the top of hashtags that are similar that people have also been searching for when they're searching for business coach or yoga instructor or author or speaker or virtual assistant or social media manager. So you will get a whole list of hashtags going across your screen at the very top that Instagram says, hey, these are other keywords that people have been searching for when they're searching for business coach. Use these too. So you want to write all those down, and then you want to click on them. Every time that you click on them, a new set of hashtags will come across at the top of more keywords that people have been searching. Write all those down. Click on another one. Same thing again. It'll happen again. It'll keep going and going. So as you can see, it is super easy to get 30 hashtags to use for any niche, okay? And if your niche is a kind of a good size niche, you can probably come up with at least 4 or 5 sets of 30. Yes, I said sets of 30. So 4 or 5 sets of 30, which is what I have for business coach, is I have about 5 different sets of 30 hashtags that I use. So when you are putting your sets together, what you want to do is you want to see how many times have they been used. So when you are putting in a hashtag, if you scroll like a little bit down, like I would say midway or quarter way of the page, Instagram will tell you how many posts have used that hashtag. You want to use hashtags predominantly that have maybe between 25,000 and 500,000 max. That's what you want to use predominantly, because otherwise anything bigger than that, chances are you're going to get lost in the sea of those posts. So if they have 1 million plus, you're going to get lost in the sea of those posts and people aren't going to find you. So try to stay between 25,000 and let's say 500,000 max. So the way that I recommend doing it is do at least 20 of your hashtags between, you know, that 15, 20,000, 25,000, and maybe 250,000. Do another 5 that are 250,000 to 500,000, and then do another 5 that have a few million, so that you can at least get those in there as well. So predominantly though, you want to stay under 500,000, so that way your posts are easier to find, and they end up showing up higher in the explore part and also in the posting part of Instagram as well. So on Instagram, when you go to search for a hashtag, there's the top 9 posts of that hashtag. You have a better chance of landing in that top 9 when you use hashtags that are smaller in nature and not so big, so that you're not getting lost in those hashtags. And this will make more sense when you're watching the features video that's going to be coming up here shortly, okay? I promise it'll make more sense. So that is really how you use hashtags and figuring out which hashtags to use. You absolutely want to use 30 of them. In fact, like I said, I have 5 different sets of 30. I encourage you to find at least a few sets of 30 as well that people you know are going to use. Think of words that they would Google, start with that, and then really Instagram does all the work for you in finding the rest. All right, so that is hashtags. You also can make your own hashtag with Instagram. So, and you want to definitely do this. If you have a business, you want to have your own hashtag. So for instance, my hashtag is #crowned and the number 4 success. So that's one of my hashtags. I also have hashtags like queendom. Hashtag queendom, because I always say that instead of a kingdom, it's a queendom. Or I also have a hashtag RVP Queens, which is very popular as well. So you want to have a few hashtags, or at least one hashtag that is related to you, to your brand, or to your business, or maybe even something that you say, something you've made up. Like when I first started using the word queendom 2.5 years on Instagram, nobody used that, and now it's used quite a bit. So create your own hashtag that can go viral, like my queendom hashtag went viral. So I hope that helps you in figuring out how to use hashtags effectively. They are very necessary for Instagram. So if you're thinking, well, maybe I don't have to use that, I can skip this step. Don't. You will not get as many followers as you would if you use them, okay? You absolutely must use hashtags when it comes to Instagram. This is one of the very few social media platforms where hashtags truly can make or break your page. So you must use them. We'll be going into even more depth about hashtags in my free webinar that's going to be coming up in the next few days. So keep a lookout for that as well. So let's move on to my next strategy, which is contests and giveaways. So contests and giveaways can be really fun. I prefer to do them with a bunch of other pages. But you can do them by yourself. They don't have to be with other pages. You can do them by themselves as well. So with different giveaways, there's a like to win strategy. There's a tag to win. There's a comment to win. And then there is one that you can do all three. You can have a contest that does all three of those. And then there's also a best photo to win. So I'll walk through these a little bit. So the like to win would be, posting up your contest photos. So whatever it is that you're giving away, your contest giveaway. If it's a laptop, you're going to post it up there, beautiful picture of it. Make sure that whatever you're giving away does fit your ideal client. So make sure it's something your ideal client wants. Things like laptops, physical things work really well. Free coaching sessions, stuff like that does not work very well on Instagram for contests and giveaways. So I highly recommend that it's either a gift card of good value or it's some sort of physical product, like it doesn't have to be as expensive as a laptop. It can be a journal, or it can be a planner. It could be a really pretty coffee mug, or something like that, a calendar. So you want to take really nice photos of it. I usually do a gift basket that has like everything that a boss lady could want in a gift basket. It has a coffee mug. It has a phone charger. It has a water bottle. It has a journal. It has some sticky notes and post-it notes. It has some beautiful pens. And it might have a calendar or something like that. So it's a bundle that I do, and I put it in a really pretty gift basket. And because my audience likes bling, and so do I kind of do like a gold color basket and stick everything in there where they can see it. I take photos of everything laid out as well, so that they can really see what it looks like and what they're getting. I also list everything that's included in the basket. And so you can do this. Make sure you just are doing something that is going to speak to your ideal client. That's really what makes these giveaways successful. So the way that they do it is that you want to make sure you're doing it with other pages, because other pages is what is going to make the momentum of followers happen for you. So you all basically kind of chip in for this gift basket, or computer, or handbag, or whatever it is that you're giving away. Everybody chips in to purchase it, all the different pages that you use. And you want to use pages that have a large following, or similar followers to you. So for me, it would be people who have large followings. I have 80,000 followers. So I would want people who have at least 80,000 followers or more. If you have 5,000 followers or 2,000 followers, and you want pages that have similar followings to you or a little bit more. And then you all chip in to purchase this contest giveaway, and you all post at the same same time, and you leave the captions are all the same. It's just copy and paste into the caption, and it's usually saying something like be entered for this beautiful basket by liking each person's photo. So you basically, it's kind of like a train where you're following each other. They have to go follow each account and like the photo and then comment on the photo and usually tag somebody on the photo. That is kind of how you build the momentum to get a ton of followers. I've done these contests and have gained like 3, 4, 5,000 followers from one single contest. It's a great way to organically grow your following with ideal clients. We will be getting into more in depth about how to do giveaways specifically, and I'll be showing some slides on how to do them as well during our webinar series. So just, definitely be on the lookout for that. So that is really how giveaways work. You get a group of other pages that are similar to you that would have the same, ideal clients as you, and you get together, chip in for an item. You all post the picture at the same time. You post the same caption, and the only thing that you're changing is, the follow person. So each person is saying, go follow Crown for Success. And the next page is saying, go follow so-and-so. And then the next page is saying, go follow so-and-so. So it's kind of like a circle. And so the things that they need to do is go follow those pages. Then you say, like this photo, and then comment and tag someone on the photo as well. So you're pulling people, it's like a circle, like a train. So you're pulling people from their page to your page, to the next page, to the next page, to the next page. Then you're also pulling people in from who they're tagging as well. So the people that they're tagging is also being pulled into your contest. And so this is a great way to really, really boost your following, and very quickly. So that is a contest giveaway. Again, more details. It's very difficult to kind of like describe contest giveaways without showing you exactly how they work. So I will actually be showing you exactly how they work with slides of contests that I've done before, so that you can see firsthand exactly what I'm talking about. So, and I'll also be giving away the captions too on how to run a giveaway. So be on the lookout for that webinar. So moving forward, so the next thing that we're going to go over is features. And so I'm going to teach you exactly all the different features that Instagram has and how you're able to use them in your business, how you're able to use them to gain new followers, how you're able to use them to engage with your existing followers, and how you're able to convert your followers into customers. So stay tuned for this next video that will be coming up right now that's going to walk you through all of Instagram's features.
So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start at the very top, and depending on whether you have an Android or an iPhone will depend on how these features are kind of laid out. But I have an Android, so if you have an Android, just follow along with me here. At the very top here where it says Crown for Success, and it has a little arrow button, and we're going to go from left to right on the page. And then we're going to move all the way down the page to talk about every single feature on Instagram here. So right here where it has the little Crown for Success and it has a little tiny arrow next to it, if I click on that arrow, then it'll give me a drop down of all my other pages that I have on Instagram. And you can add pages by hitting that plus button. So if you have multiple pages on Instagram, then you can add accounts to this so that it's easy to toggle from page to page to post your posts. So super easy peasy to toggle back and forth and make your posts, okay? So we're gonna stick with Crown for Success so we can go through every single one. So that's the first feature. Then if I move over to the right, I have this little thing that looks like a clock and a circle with an arrow around it. If we click on that, that takes us to our stories, where this is a fairly new feature. Instagram has implemented this. So you do not have to save your stories anymore to your phone. It'll actually save right here to the archive so that you don't have to use up the storage space that you have on your phone. So this is huge because my storage space is always really, really low because of the amount of stories, pictures, and things like that that automatically go to my phone. So that is what that feature is for. Um, the next feature is these little lines, uneven lines here. If you click on that, that is your analytics for your Instagram page. So we're going to go through the analytics briefly. Really, this could be a whole training on analytics, so I'm just going to touch on it briefly. But this is where if you have a business account, which you should if you do have a business, you should have a business account with Instagram, so that way you can see what your analytics are looking like. And see what's going on with your page. So for instance, this top page tells me right now that I've lost 98 followers from February 23rd to March 1st. So, so I lost some people here. And then here is the plus 48%. So my reach is plus 48%. So I've reached more people with my posts, but I've lost some followers in the process. The next part is actions taken. So actions taken over this last week has been 2,465. And that could be anywhere from visits. So here it breaks down the actions. So profile visits was 2266. Website clicks was 192 and emails were 7. So that equals this 2,465. So that breaks down the action steps for you. And then this next one is discovery, 32,009, reach from February 23rd, March 1st. So it's telling me that my reach was 32,000 people this week, and that is up by 10,000 people. And my impressions was 109,000 this week, and that's up by 38,000, which is really good. So even though I lost followers, my reach is still in the positive. So this is why you want to be following your analytics, because that's a win-win for you. If your followers aren't going to be buying your content and they're not into what you're saying, then you don't want them following you anyway, because the more followers that you have, and if they're not engaging with you, then it's going to bring down the algorithm on your page. So, losing followers is not always a bad thing, because you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but you're going to be someone's hot cocoa with whipped cream on top. And so you want the people who want to be following you, you want them to be taking action, you want them to be engaged on your page. So if they're not going to be engaged on your page, then you don't want them on your page anyway. Because again, the less engagement that you have, then the lower your score is in the algorithm, and then that means the less impressions you're going to get, the less reach you're going to get as well. So as long as your reach and your impressions are in the positive, even if you are negative in losing followers over the previous week, then to me that's a win-win. It's not a loss, because I'm still reaching out to 32,000 people this past week, and I've still impressed upon 109,000 people in 1 week. And that number is up by 10,000 and up by 38,000. So this is a good thing. So followers here, it just breaks down the graphics of your followers, which is 11% men, 89% women, which is what I want, because my whole business is about empowering women to reach their highest potential in business and mindset mastery. So this is what I want. I want my followers to be mostly women. And this is why you don't want to use any kind of bot system to get followers, because bots can't identify woman and man. So they'll go after any page and, like and comment and follow random pages, and you're not going to be hitting your ideal clients. So this is why I believe in organically growing your Instagram following, so that you can have your ideal followers that can eventually become your ideal clients. Okay. So you can see that the ages are between 25 and 34, and they are from New York, Houston, and London mostly. And I can click on this little see more button that's highlighted in blue just to get more details, and it just kind of breaks that down even more. So I have 79,613 followers, and Instagram is just playing with my emotions here, because I've been at 79,000 for quite some time. I gain, lose, and I can't quite hit 80,000. So they just keep playing with me. So here, age range is 13 to 17. Not sure who that is that's following me. That's 13 to 17. And then 18 to 24, 25 to 34, and then 35 to 44, and 45 to 54, and 55 to 64, and 65 plus. And then I can click on men to see what age range they're in, and I can click on women to see what age range they're in. Again, top locations by cities. Here now we have Lagos and Chicago added. And if I wanted to do countries, I could look to see what countries I'm mostly being followed from. And it looks like the US is mostly following me. Okay. And then followers here, I can look to see when my followers are most active. And this is good, again, why you want to have a business page, because you want to be posting when your followers are most active. So I can see here that looks like on Fridays, they are most active between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. So it would be a good time to probably post at 9, post again at noon, and post again at 3 if I really wanted to get in front of my followers 3 times a day. At the very least, it would be good for me to post at least at noon on Fridays. So we can look at all the days and see which days are more active. And it looks like Wednesdays and Thursdays my followers are more active on. So these are days maybe that I would consider doing lives, because now it looks like all my followers, or at least a lot of them, are active on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So if I'm going to do lives, then Wednesdays and Thursdays might be a great day to do those on. And you can click this little here. You can see on Saturdays, again, noon is a popular time. Sundays, noon is a popular time. Mondays, noon is a popular time. Tuesdays, same thing. Wednesdays, same thing. Thursdays, and same. So the best time for me to post is going to be at noon. Okay. So let's go back and let's continue down. So next is your media and promotions, and this is your posts. You can click on see more so that you can see your posts and see which ones were performing the best. And this will give you a great idea to decide, if you're like, just maybe you're stuck on content and you can't think of anything to post for that day, just quickly screenshot one of these that had a high engagement or high impressions and repost it. So obviously if it's been, a few months, go ahead and repost it. That's perfectly fine and perfectly okay to do that. So if you're kind of stuck and you're, in that place where you just can't think of anything else to post, look and see which one of these posts look good to post and that have high impressions, and go ahead and post it again. There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't do it like if it's been only a couple weeks, but if it's been a few months, it's perfectly fine to do that. And then I can also look at this and determine, which posts are performing best. So I do, the way that my graph is kind of set up is that I do picture, picture, post, picture, picture, post. So I can see that most of here, it looks like the pink, I see a ton of pink. So that tells me right away that my quotes, the pink quotes that are, more original quotes, probably 90% of them are original quotes of what, quotes that come directly from me. And so those quotes tend to be doing the best. So I know that this is performing higher and I'm getting more engagement and I'm getting more people who really enjoy these posts. So in fact, I get actually emails from people if I don't post these pink posts in a while. So these pink posts actually do pretty well. They're branded in my color, so they're easily identifiable as being Crowned for Success. And they actually have my name right here on the posts. Underneath the post, it says Crowned for Success, so that we can be easily identifiable to people who are looking at your brand. So looks like Instagram is freezing up on me, of course. So this is part 1 of training, and so we'll have to do a second video, part 2, here shortly, as soon as we get Instagram to stop freezing up. Let's see. Yeah, it's still freezing up. Okay, so this is part 1. Technology happens, technology issues tend to happen. So this is part 1 of our training, and we will start over here in part 2. All right, so part 2 of our training, here we go. We are back on Instagram here, and let's go. So sometimes this app does freeze up like that for some reason. Not sure what the issues are with that, but probably all the updates and things like that that they're doing. So let's go ahead and go back to my page here and keep moving across. We were in analytics. And let's scroll down to where we were at. So we were under media and promotions, and I was showing you all the different ways that you can kind of view to see what your impressions were, to see which posts were performing best. So that is your impressions. Now let's go back. So Instagram is just one stack crazy while I'm giving this training. Okay, I got you, Instagram. Here we go. It's not going to stop us, though. We're going to keep moving forward. All right, so that is impressions, or that is your posts area. So media and promotions, that's under. And then let's go under stories. So you can see there's nothing there right now because I don't have a story up. But if I did, it would be right here. And then I can see older stories. And I can look to see which stories that I've posted, and I can look to see which stories are performing the best as well. So as you can see, these stories are promo posts right here, this 970, this one. All right, so you can see that post performed pretty well with 970 views. This one also performed very well with 900 and what was that, 90 views. So that one performed very well with 996 views. And people love my crazy kids, so that one performed really well with 1,700 views. And I think Instagram just froze up on us again. So that one is about my kids acting crazy there. That was them. So that performed very well. And then we've got this promo post that did pretty well too, 924 views. But as you can see, my promo posts actually did the best. And the ones that did the best that were promo posts were the videos. So obviously the kids ones did really well, but the promo posts didn't do too bad either. And those, the ones that did the best were the videos. So that tells me, that people like to see videos. And so you can look to see all your stories and see how they're performing. Gives you a good idea of what to post in the future. The next one is promotions. So this is where you would run your ads. So if you run Instagram ads, and obviously you'd have to pay for the ads, they'll show up here in promotions. I don't do a whole lot of these. I try to do them, but I have really built my business on organic by getting organic followers through Instagram and Facebook. I haven't spent money, not a ton of money doing Instagram and Facebook. I spent a little bit on Instagram just to test out the video or test out the ads part. But I personally did not like it. I didn't get a good result from it. And so it was not something that I would probably do in the future unless I hired out an ads manager who really knew what they were doing to get me some good results from that. It just wasn't worth the money for me. So, but that's completely up to you. However you decide to run your business, if ads is something you want to do, then I would definitely suggest hiring an ads manager. If you need some recommendations, feel free to message me and I can refer you out to some people that I know that do it. But right now, I really prefer to just focus on growing my following organically. Okay, so moving forward, that's covered all the analytics of Instagram. So we're going to move forward to this little plus in this person here. And that really is going to be suggested users to discover people. So Instagram is going to tell you, hey, we suggest that you follow these people, or it's also going to give you a list of your people on Facebook. And it's also going to give you your contacts list. So it's going to give you the people who are in your phone book. So you can, and again, Instagram's acting a little bit crazy, so it's not going to load those up. So, but that's discover people. The next one is these 3 dots. If we click on these three dots, we can again go through all of this. Here's invite Facebook friends. So you can click on that and invite all your Facebook friends to follow you. And you can follow people that are your Facebook friends. You can follow your contacts. And then here it goes into your account settings. This is photos of you. So people who have posted photos of you on their pages. This is saved, and this feature is pretty cool. And I will tell you how you can use this feature if it loads up here. So this feature, while that's doing that, I'm going to see if maybe I can turn this Wi-Fi off and get it to move faster. Let's see if we got Wi-Fi on. Let's turn it off because it looks like my Wi-Fi is actually tonight too. And then let's go back to Instagram. Okay. So here we go. All right, so here is the saved feature, which I think is pretty cool because what you can do is you can save pictures. So you can save pictures that you like when you're visiting other people's pages, and you can actually make collections out of them. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that here in a little bit, but just remember that this feature is pretty cool, and I'll show you exactly how to use it to your best benefit for your Instagram page when we're going through that, okay? The next one is story settings. So you can do story settings and decide, who you want to see, who you want to allow to see your stories. You can save it to your archive, or you can just save it to your gallery. I used to have mine saved to my gallery, but I switched that off so that it wouldn't take up my storage space on my phone. And now I just have it saving to the archive. Then you can edit your profile, and that really just edits everything here. If you want to edit something on your profile, your bio, your username, your website, and your name here at the top. So even though it asks for name, again, you guys don't want to use your name because unless you're Beyonce, nobody's going to really look you up by your name. They're going to look you up by what you do. So if you have a business, you want people to be able to easily find you on Instagram, that space needs to say what you do, not your name. So make sure that you put that there because that's one of the few areas on Instagram that is searchable. So definitely make sure that you are putting what you do, not your name there. And then here at the top, it says change photos. So I can change my profile pic if I would like to. And then here, my Facebook page is Crowned for Success, and it's connected to my Facebook page. The category is public figure. That can be changed from Facebook if you want to change that. It's not, you can't change it from Instagram. And then here's my email and my phone number. Okay. Let's move on. So we did that, edit profile, change password. If we want to change the password, two-factor authentication is really a feature that allows you to it's an added security feature to prevent people from hacking into your page. So I highly suggest that you turn that on. It gives you some codes that only you will have access to in case somebody is trying to hack into your page. They would need to have one of those codes to get into your page, and obviously only you would have that. So, and then you could do posts that you've liked. So this will show you posts that I've liked. You can click on blocked users, and that will show you all the people that you've blocked, which if you have trolls, you want to block them. I have quite a few, so I block people who just comment crazy stuff. And then business settings, here's your payments. This is again for your Instagram ads. This sets up your bank account or your credit card number to allow them to charge your page or charge your account if you decide to run an ad. Branded content approvals. This is for if somebody tags you in a photo, they would have to, if you turn this feature on, then when they tag you, you have to give them permission to be able to be tagged to that photo. I personally don't care if people tag me in photos, so I keep this feature off. But you can turn it on if you want people to tag you to get your permission before they tag. And this is really for, this is for business partners too. So from what I understand about this feature, it's like for people, if you're doing shout outs with other people and you're paying them, they can add you as an approved business partner and then tag you in those photos. And so I'm not sure exactly, honestly, what the whole purpose of this is, but apparently it's there. We can probably Google and find out exactly. It's not a feature that I've ever used, or that I found beneficial, but we can definitely Google to find out more information about it. Moving on, I can switch my account back to a personal account. I can allow others to reshare my photos, which I do. And then here's your settings: LinkedIn, linked accounts, contacts, language, push notifications, cellular data use, comments, payments, upload quality, etc. So here with the comments, you can allow it from everyone, or you can block comments from certain people, hide offensive comments. So yeah, those are the features here. Save videos after posting, save post photos. So I'll probably turn this off just because I have so many photos in my on my phone that my phone storage is really low. So I'll turn that one off. Save videos after posting. I think I'll leave that one on. Show activity status. Ads, blog. So this is also like if you want to find out more information about Instagram ads, you can click on that, terms of service and so forth. You can clear your search history if you want to clear it, add an account. You can log out of all your accounts. So that is those three dots. Moving on, here at the top it says 2,267 profile visits in the last 7 days. So that's how many people who have visited my page but decided perhaps maybe not to follow me, I'm assuming, because I lost 97 followers this week. So I'm assuming these people probably were visited but just decided not to, or maybe that is people who visited and commented or liked pictures. I don't know. It's not clear on what exactly that feature is. Moving on, the amount of posts that I posted is 1,241. And then I have 79.6 followers. I have 6,080 people who are following me. Then this next button is promote. And if I were to want to promote one of my ads or one of my posts, this is where I would click on this button and it would take me to the ads part that I showed you earlier to pay for an ad and do an ad. And that would be a whole other training to do Instagram ads. And like I said, I've only done a few to really play with it to get an idea of how they work, but it's not something that I do on a regular basis, or that I even have the interest to do. Then the next button is edit profile. And that again, that takes us back to those three little dots to edit your profile. It takes us back to the same place, okay? And then my profile picture, if you notice, it has a little plus sign there. And that's because I can click on that and I can add something if I want to add something to it. So if I wanted to add something, I could do that here, okay? And that would be like a picture or something like that I could add. Then moving on, we'll go through stories. That's stories and lives and stuff and pictures. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but let's move on towards the profile. So the next part is here, I'm an Instagram business coach. That again, we saw that in the edit profile information. This is your bio. This is your link in your bio. You obviously want to have a link here because that link will help you build up your leads. So you want to have what's called a lead magnet there. Then we've got this new feature here that allows you to add stories here, which are really cool. And what you can do is if you have the swipe up option, which I have, it's basically like having additional links in your bio. So like here what I did was I put freebies here. So this is free training. And if you see this link button here, people can click up and get my free training here. Okay. So it leads there. And then here's business. People can click that link and they go into our 6-Figure Secret Society. And then here is blog. People click and they go to our blog site. And then manifesting, they go to our Manifesting Queen Society. And then Facebook, they go to our Facebook group. So it's really cool because if you have the swipe up option, and before on Instagram, we used to only have one link available, and that would be the link option right here in the bio. But now if you have the swipe up option, you essentially can put as many links as you want to here in these little story features. Now, I will say that not everybody knows what these are or knows to even click on them. So just be aware of that if you do have that feature, that not everybody knows that they're supposed to click on those and swipe up to go to these different places. The next one is your email. You can go straight to your email list here or straight to someone else's email list. So this feature I really like a lot because I always encourage you all to do direct messaging. And when you were doing direct messaging, I say go do direct messaging, send at least 20, 30, 40 direct messages out to people every single day so that you can introduce people and just start a conversation, socialize, network with people, start a conversation with them, give them your freebie to your lead magnet or, the link to your lead magnet. But socialize with people, send at least 20, 30, 40 messages per day. But really, honestly, you could do a lot more than that. So because Instagram has a limit on how many messages you can do in one day. So if you reach that limit, then you can start emailing people. If they have this little link here on their page, then instead go ahead and email them. Instead of direct messaging them, send them an email. So then this next feature is obviously going to be the grid and how your grids are laid out. And you can do your grid, you can look at your grid this way. Or you can go back and have it like this. And then this one is all the pictures that people has tagged you in. So somebody's tagged me here. We are excited to have the founder of Crown for Success on VIP guests at the April 4th, the World Network's 2018 Entrepreneur Awards Gala. Over 250 incredible entrepreneurs making a difference in the world are expected to attend the ceremony. Oh, so this is I was nominated for the Entrepreneur of the Year Award. And so this is the company that is holding this event. And so they put this up here with my logo. That was nice of them. So I'm going to like that. And so they put that up there and tagged me in it. And so it's showing up in my feed here. And so here's another one that somebody tagged me in. So here you'll notice that, so this is Queens Recognize Queens. So she's tagging a bunch of different entrepreneur pages here, which is a strategy that you can use because sometimes people will visit this other part of your page and they will see. So what she's doing is hoping that maybe people are visiting this other piece of their page and will see that she's tagged all these different entrepreneurs so that she can get more eyes on her posts, which is a great strategy. It is something that you can do as well. Now, we do have the ability to block that from happening. I personally don't see anything wrong with it, so I don't care if people tag me. Some people don't like it and they don't want you to tag them, and so they'll block you from being able to do this. But this is something that you can do. And she's saying, okay, so women by choice, I know you could agree, double tap for more inspiring pages to follow. Women who come like a force, simply pray and stay in line with the force. That's nice. So she's basically saying, okay, she's using women by choice's image, but then she's tagging all these different entrepreneurial pages and saying, hey, these are other pages that you can go follow for inspiration. So I like this a lot. So here is a ton of people who are tagging me in their photos, and I mean, this goes on and on and on for days. So this keeps going. And that's all people who have tagged me. And you can find that through here, through that little blue person here. And then the next one is this little bookmark. And here's what I was talking about with the bookmark. We talked about a little bit in the settings. So this really can serve as like a little mini sales function for you, or sale. I don't know what that app is called. I think it's like there's an app called Salesforce. If anybody who's in sales has uses any type of sales program, but this can kind of be like your little mini sales program. Why? Because what you can do is you can prospects who you want to pursue, when you're visiting their page, you can save one of their photos, and I'll show you what that looks like. So when you go to someone's page, this little thing right here at the bottom of her, so we've got the picture here, all the way to the right hand corner, the little bookmark, see it turned black? So I just saved it to my collection. So just let's say Queens Recognize Queens. I want her as a prospect because I want to be able to sell to her something. And so I'm going to go ahead and save, or you can, so I'm going to save it here. It saves to my collection. And then I'm going to go back, go to my saved collections, and it's going to come up right here. And so I'm going to remember, oh, okay, I wanted to, she's a potential prospect for me. So then I could take it a step further and I can make a collection out of that. So I can create a collection and say, this collection can be called Women Empowerment Pages. Next, and I could save her to that. And let's just say maybe she's women empowerment. I don't know. I'm just making this up because I'm not going to go through every single profile to see. And maybe she's a women's empowerment and she's a women's empowerment page. And I'm going to save those under that category. Or I could do, like, if my prospects are coaches, I could do the same thing. Like life coaches, business coaches, health coaches, relationship coaches, mindset coaches, success coaches, confidence coaches. I could make all kinds of different collections out of that based on the category, and I could put people's pictures and photos in those collections. And then I can come here anytime, like maybe I put a schedule together where twice a week I come to this tab, I go to my collections, I go to my women empowerment, and I go to their pages and I start interacting with each person. So I like their stuff, and then, I interact with them. Maybe I even send them a direct message, here. So I send out a direct message to them saying, hello, nice to meet you, something. I love that last post you posted, blah, 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 blah. So you can start socializing and networking and keep tabs of your potential prospects here and even categorize your prospects here. So this is how I would use it. Obviously, it's not meant to be used that way. What it really is meant to be used for is to save all your interested posts, like all the things that you find interesting. So, for instance, I like to get my nails done a lot. And so I often look at nail pictures. And so I could save all my nail pictures that I really liked because maybe I want to show my nail artist the different pictures, and that so the next time I go to the salon, I can show her, hey, I want my nails done like this. And obviously could make a collection out of it, and I could save a bunch of nail pictures here. I could make a collection out of here that says nails. And then when I go into this, I can show her all the different nail pictures I like, show her exactly which one I want, and go from there. You could do that with hairstyle, with makeup. You can do that with the boutiques, with clothes, with your favorite quotes, whatever you want to do. That's really what it's meant for. But I personally would use it more as a sales function. So if you have a business page, be using this feature as a sales feature, as a sales function feature, okay? So moving on. So that is all of your different features here. And then let's go down to the very bottom here, going from left to right. You see this little house on the left-hand side. You click on that house, and that takes you to all your, all the people who you're following. It takes you to their different posts. So here's the people that I follow. So all their posts are going to come up here under this little house. Okay. And then here at the top is going to show me all the people who I follow. It's going to show me all their videos. So this is all their stories and all their videos here at the top. And then here is where I can message people. So I can hit that little arrow button and message people there. I can then also hit this little this little camera at the very top on the left-hand corner. I could hit that camera. And I could then do my stories from here. Okay. So in stories, we'll do a whole training on stories, but this is stories here. You can actually, this is a new feature. You can type just like you would in WordSwag. You can type something here, and you can post it now. So it's kind of like WordSwag, but in your actual story. Then you can go live here. You could do story here, boomerang here. So it takes pictures and it goes really fast. A rewind picture here, hands-free, that's just story but hands-free, so you don't have to hold down the button. You just click it and it goes around in circles. You could do the little circle with the little smiley face. That's all your little like Snapchat looking, you know, the bunny ears and all the little cute face things. So that's where you can do that. And these are all the ones that they have. And then you could the next arrow is to flip the camera around. Then you also have this little flash that you can make it brighter. And then at the very top in the left-hand corner, you have this little settings option. Again, that takes you to your story settings. And that is how you use it. So we'll do a complete training on stories, but I just wanted to show it to you so you know what it looks like. Okay, so here at the very top, you can click watch all and watch all these in a row. So if I clicked on that, it would start from the very beginning and it would flip me through and take me through everybody's stories here at the top. So I could do that, but I'm not going to. So I could do that, or I could click on whoever stories I wanted to watch up here at the top. Okay. And then I can scroll through people's feeds and like and engage with my followers here. Okay. Okay. And then moving on to the next one, the little search my magnifying glass, you can click on that. And this takes you to what's called your explore page. And this explore page is not the people that you follow. These are random people. And so Instagram's algorithm, depending on how popular the post is, will decide who to put in this explore page. And so this is kind of how you go viral on Instagram, is by being put in this explore page. So here's the explore page. As you can see, it's a ton of people in here, and Instagram is saying, here's the people who I think you might like, or here's the people who recently, have a ton of likes and they're, basically showcasing them. Okay. And it's the same here with the stories at the top. These are not people who I follow. These are just random people that Instagram either thinks I might like, or who have a ton of views that may have gone, what they consider to be viral. Okay. Here at the top is the search button, and you can search by top people. You can search by people, regular people, and you can search by tags. And you can search by places. So if I wanted to search by people, I'd have to know what their profile name is. Okay. So I'd have to know their name. But let's just say I'm looking for a business coach. I could put search for business coach here. And as long as the people have business coach in that little black bolded area that I showed you, Instagram business coach, I would be able to find them. And so this is why it's so important to not put your name there, but to put what you do there, because most people aren't going to search you by your name unless they are specifically looking for you. And most people aren't going to be specifically looking for John Smith. They're going to be looking for a relationship coach. Okay. So that's how you search people. Then I can search tags. So let's just say I'm going to search a business coach tag. And if I would like to, I can follow this tag, which I probably already am. Oh, no, I'm not. So I could follow this tag so that all the business coach tags pop up on my feed. So on my news feed, on that feed where I showed you your followers, where they pop up, everybody who also uses the tag business coach will also pop up. So if they use hashtag business coach in their post, they'll also pop up on my feed there. So I'll follow business coach. And so what you can do with this feature is you can go to follow different hashtags and you can look at the top 9 posts. So these top 9 posts are the most popular posts right now. And you can look to see, because see it says top posts at the top. So these are the top posts that Instagram is featuring. And so your goal is always going to be to try to get in these top 9, because if you can get yourself into these top 9, it gives you more eyes on your page and more eyes when people search for these hashtags or search for, relatable hashtags. So you always want to try to get in this top 9, but you can also use this top 9 just to kind of see what they're doing. Like, what are they doing? What kind of posts are they, or what kind of hashtags are they using? Or are they even using hashtags? So let's check her out. So she's using hashtags, and these are some of the hashtags that she's using. So I can screenshot this. So, because obviously, if she's using these hashtags and she's in the top post, I might want to take some of these hashtags and use some of these hashtags, okay? Because she's in the top post, and I can look her up and see she's got 7,428 followers, and she's made it to the top post. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. She's made it to the top post as a business coach. So here is another one. Okay, so these top 9 are your top 9 posts under this hashtag. So I can engage with these people. So if my ideal client is a business coach, then I can engage with people who are hashtagging business coach. Okay. So then when you scroll down, it says most recent. It's telling me that 849,000 people have used the hashtag business coach. And the top ones are the most recent people who have used it. So again, I can go in and I can engage with these people. And if I follow this tag, then these posts are going to show up in my feed, and I can engage with them that way too. And then I can even use my little sales function, and I can save it. And if I really like them, I can save them, categorize them under business coach, and come back and engage with these people at a later day. Okay. So that I like a lot too. So that's what I personally would use, that new feature. That's a new feature that Instagram just rolled out like maybe a month or 2 ago, is that searchable feature, or that searchable hashtag feature. Before we could not follow hashtags like that. Now you can. That's personally how I would use that feature. Is to follow hashtags of that describe your ideal client. So figure out who is your ideal client, figure out what would be a hashtag for them, what kind of hashtags would they be using that describe them, and follow that hashtag. Is it boss babes? Is it lady bosses? Is it entrepreneur? Is it entrepreneur women? Is it Etsy stores? Is it, creative entrepreneurs? Is it, manager? Is it director? Is it regional vice president? Like, what kind of hashtags? Is it boss lady? What would they be using? And follow those hashtags. And then when you follow those hashtags, then engage with those people. Look to see, what are they doing? Comment, engage with them. Use that little sales feature function that I showed you and save their stuff and make a collection, make a business coach collection, a Etsy shop owner collection, a boss lady collection, a boss babe collection, a entrepreneur collection. So make different collections, and then you can always revisit those people. You can direct message them. You can like and engage with them. So look at it like a little sales function. And then also with tags, when you go to specific tags, if you're struggling with figuring out what 30 hashtags to use on your posts, because you should be using all 30, what you can do is go to these hashtags, and here at the top, it tells you all kinds of additional hashtags that people are using. So when they are using business coach, they're also using build your empire, business mentor, solopreneur, business strategy, and entrepreneurial women. So then you can click on that hashtag and it'll take you to more hashtags that people are using. Success mindset, hustle hard, entrepreneurs of Insta, entrepreneur quotes. And then when you click on another one, it'll give you more hashtags that you can use. So you can easily keep doing this until you find 30. So there are no excuses to not be using 30 hashtags on every single post that you post. So that's kind of, I love this new hashtag feature. That's personally what I would use this for. Okay. So going back, so that's tags, places. If you have a brick and mortar and you have a local shop, you can search other like competitors near you. You can search, nearby places. So let's just say I want a spa. So this is going to give me some spas that are in my area. No posts yet. So this is Surprise Nail Spa. And so these are all the people who have tagged like this location. So if I have a brick and mortar and people are tagging a competitor of mine, I know that they're going to use that shop or they're shopping there, then I can go and start liking and engaging with these people so that maybe they'll notice my shop and they'll come and get their nails done with me instead. Okay, so this is how you can use this location. At least obviously it's not meant for that. You can use it to find places that are near you, but because I'm always thinking about sales and marketing strategies, if I'm a business owner of a brick and mortar of a nail salon, that's how I would use this feature. Okay. So that is all of that there. See. That's your search function. Then your next function is this little plus sign, and this plus sign is to add photos. So you can add different photos, and this takes you to your gallery. And so here you can do a boomerang photo. If I wanted to do a boomerang photo, I could do a grid photo if I wanted to do a grid photo, or I could do the multiple photos where I want to post like a bunch of multiple photos. And then when you post them, people scroll through them like a little book, they scroll through them with their finger. So those are those different functions that you can do. So that's your gallery. Then this heart function is obviously this is when people love your page, like your page, follow you. So these are all your kind of notifications that you're getting. So these are all the notifications that you get throughout the day. And this is a great function too. What I would do to use this function is at the end of each day, so that you're not having to do it throughout the day when you get new followers. What you can do is at the end of the day, go through this and look to see who is commenting, who's liking your post, who's following you, what are your notifications, and then go through and decide, do you want to follow this person back? Or do I just want to visit their page? Do I want to follow them back? Or do I want to visit their page and just send a message and say, thank you for the follow? Okay. Or I look forward to getting to know you. Thank you for the follow, or something like that. So I can engage with each person before I go to sleep, because most average people that are building their Instagram page, the average person isn't going to have this many, this much going on. It's not going to be so overwhelming like this. Like this looks overwhelming because of the amount of followers I have. But for most people, this isn't going to look overwhelming like this. It's probably going to be, 10, maybe 20, maybe 30, 10, 15, 20, maybe different actions here. And so make it a habit that before you go to sleep, you check this little heart area. And, this person says, I love your page, and go to her and show her some love too. Okay. So you can, so you can do that. And, so you can do that and show people some love here. Like, like I said, they put this of me here. I can comment, thank you, or whatever here. So let's see, what else can I show you? So you can use that function. That's what I personally would use that function for, is to do that. And then this here takes you back to your page. So I would use this function as kind of like a sales function at the end of the night. Also, I would use this function as kind of like a sales function as well. Let's see what else. I would use these as sales as well. If you don't have this feature, the swipe up feature, what you could do is you can say here where it says freebies, and then you can have a little arrow down button that says message me for freebies. Because when you're viewing somebody's story, there's a message little option here. You can message them. So you can create a little thing like this that says freebies, and then an arrow down button, and it says message me for your freebie. Okay? Because when people are looking at your page, you can't see it here because I'm in my own page. But if I was looking at somebody else's story, there is a message option right there. In fact, I'll show you guys really quick. So if I go to somebody's story here, right here, see where it says you deserve love and you'll get it, and then that write a message right there. So on your little freebie, so if you don't have the swipe up option, put freebie and then put an arrow down and put message me for freebie, and then people can message you, I want your freebie, send me your freebie, okay, and then send it, and then you'll get the message saying, hey, I want your freebie. Okay. So that's how I would use that button, is through that. So these, you can still use them and take advantage of them, use them as a sales function for more links. But what you'll have to do is just have people message you if you don't have that swipe up option. So business, so whatever your business is or whatever you're selling, you could put message me if interested. And you may not have business going across it. You may have a picture of your product right there. So message me if you like this product, or message me if you're interested in this product, and put a little arrow down button. Blog, you want people to visit your blog. And so if you don't have that, you say blog, and then you could say message me for a website. Okay, message me for a website, or you can put the website right under the blog too. Manifesting, same thing. So you get the picture here. So you message me if you want to join my Facebook group. So if you don't have the feature of, all of these, the swipe up option, that's okay. You can still use it as a sales function and put message me instead. And then when they message you, you can email them the link. Okay. Or you can message them back the link. So that I would use as a sales function as well. Obviously, you always want to have a link in your bio. That's another sales function here. So always have a link in your bio so that people can visit your link or visit your page. Or ideally, you guys are using this to grow your email list. So have a link there that leads to your lead magnet or your opt-in or your freebie, whatever you want to call it. But have a link there that leads to that so that you're growing your email list. Okay, so that's another sales function. So those are the different ways that I personally use Instagram, and the way that I would suggest that you all use Instagram as well to help you grow your business and grow the leads that you have and grow your email list. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment with any questions that you have. I hope this training has been helpful for you. And if I did miss anything, I will be back to do a part 3 of features, because there is a lot to cover with features. There's new features coming out on Instagram like every single month, it seems like, for the last year. So I'm sure they're going to come up with some cool new feature by this time next month, and I'll have to do another video that goes over those features. So these are the newest features, and these are all the features that I know of right now on Instagram. If you know of any additional features, please feel free to message me, let me know, and I'd be happy to do a training on those features. And if you have any questions, again, please feel free to comment below with any questions that you have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
So I hope that feature video was helpful for you and learning how to use all of Instagram's features to pull in more followers, learn how to engage them more on a deeper level, and then also convert them into paying clients. One feature that was not discussed in that video is a brand new feature called IGTV. So I want to cover that pretty quickly here. IGTV is brand new. It's giving YouTube a run for their money. It's the first video app that really allows you to shoot video vertically, and because that's the way we hold our phones. So it's done vertically, not horizontally, which is super exciting. And you can put a link in the video. You can also do a description in the video. So absolutely use this new feature. There's all kinds of fun things that you can do with it. You can, create your own shows with it, but try to use it at least once a week. Instagram really favors accounts that use all of their features, and they really tend to boost you up in the algorithm when you use and take advantage of all of their features. So one video per week, shoot for that for Instagram Live or Instagram TV. I hope that this has been helpful for you. Please join me. I will be having a webinar that is going to break down exactly how I was able to create a 6-figure launch with my coaching program, and that is coming up in the next few days. It's called How I Created a 6-Figure Launch in 6 Weeks Using Instagram. You don't want to miss that webinar. I break down every single step that I took to create a 6-figure launch using Instagram in just 6 short weeks. So I hope you join me for that webinar. It'll be coming out in the next few days. Thank you for your time, and thank you for these last few days that you've been spending with me. I hope that this Instagram training has been helpful for you and learning how to really get your next 5 paying clients using Instagram.